Welcome to Careers in Care, a Mount Carmel College of Nursing podcast. I'm Nolan Alexander, and today joining me is Raquel Foster, the Regional Leader of Talent Acquisition at Mount Carmel Health System. We're diving into the fascinating journey of how talent acquisition plays a pivotal role in developing nurses from the classroom to a thriving career. Raquel, thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
I am well. Thank you for having me.
It's certainly our pleasure. And we know that Mount Carmel College of Nursing and the Mount Carmel Health System have a long standing cooperative relationship. Can you explain how that partnership works and why it's so important for preparing future nurses?
Well, that's a great place to start. Mount Carmel College of Nursing and Mount Carmel Health System share a long-standing, very intentional partnership. Our Mount Carmel College of Nursing students complete clinical rotations within the health system, gaining hands-on exposure to real patient care environments while learning the Mount Carmel culture, standards, and expectations, the same environment where many of them will eventually practice.
What is the Mount Carmel culture?
I would say definitely one of holistic mind, body, and spirit. Um, Very much a faith-based organization, um, in caring for not only our patients, but for our colleagues as well.
At what point do nursing students first interact with a talent acquisition team? And how do you begin building relationships with them once they're accepted to MCCN?
Well, that connection really starts early. Once a student commits to Mount Carmel College of Nursing, they're actually introduced to a dedicated talent acquisition partner who supports them throughout their time in the program. The talent acquisition partner serves as a consistent point of contact for employment questions, interviewing preparation, career planning. We stay engaged through regular outreach, resume workshops, mock interviews, and meet and greet opportunities to build strong relationships from the start. We're really intentional about that, and we want them to know from day one that we're here as a resource for them.
Why is it so important to have that support at the origin of their journey?
Well, that way it's one less thing for them to worry about. They're fully connected, and they know that they have someone dedicated. A lot of our students get started with employment opportunities or considering things even during the summer before they start academics. So this is one less worry for them, one less thing that they have to do research on their own.
That's wonderful. Well, let's talk a little bit about work. What kinds of roles or work opportunities are available to MCCN students within the health system while they're still in school?
Yeah, well, along the way, many students choose to work within the health system while they're in school, and there are several options. Some take on support roles like nutrition or environmental services, and others step into patient facing roles like multi skilled technicians, still processing techs, or patient transporter. I would say, though, any of these roles give them meaningful exposure to the healthcare environment while they're still learning.
That has to be so valuable. How have you seen those early work experiences help students build confidence, the important clinical skills, and connections too within the health system?
Yeah, I would say that early exposure really does matter. It builds confidence. Students learn how units function, how teams collaborate with one another, how to communicate in a clinical setting. And by the time they graduate, the hospital environment already feels familiar, and that makes a huge difference.
Raquel, you've been able to put things in perspective throughout your career. What advantages do MCC and nursing students gain by working in Mount Carmel Health System during their education compared to students who choose not to work while in school?
I would say this gives them an opportunity to understand our culture, our expectations, and our systems. They also build relationships with leaders and peers. I think that foundation often makes their transition into a nurse role smoother and less overwhelming.
So there's a lot going on in the academic journey between work opportunities and then everything you led off with the way that your team supports them. How does your team stay connected with and mentor students throughout their program? Are there any specific programs or touch points or events designed to support their development?
Yes. Well, we host resume workshops, mock interview opportunities, networking touch points. But I would say beyond events, the key is that dedicated talent acquisition partner, just staying connected with them throughout their academic journey.
And as graduation approaches, how does talent acquisition help guide students into the right nursing specialty or unit that fits their strengths and career goals?
Well, we have one on one conversations with them about their strengths, interests, and clinical experiences. Then we connect them with the leaders in areas that align with their goals. We try to make sure that it's very personalized.
And then after that, what types of new graduate opportunities, such as nurse residency programs, are available for MCC and students once they earn their degree?
And once they graduate, the support doesn't stop. It really does expand. We offer a comprehensive nurse residency program that's 1 year in length. It's built around a transition to practice model. It includes 12 structured seminars and ongoing education, in addition to system and unit level nursing orientation and specialty training courses. Our nurse residents meet monthly for seminars. They're introduced to experienced facilitators, guided discussions that really help identify learning needs and service as clinical experts. These are strong emphasis on evidence based practice, system initiatives, and clinical reflection within small groups. It really does help build connections and community among our new nurses. Um, we're excited to offer this because research shows that hospitals without a structured transition program often experience higher turnover, lower colleague satisfaction. This program aligns with national best practices along with our own Mount Carmel Health System initiatives to ensure our nurses feel supported and set up for long term success. I would also like to add that in addition to the nurse residency program, we also offer a critical care fellowship, and that's for nurses who are passionate about working in the ICU. That fellowship provides 6 months of focused critical care education, meeting 4 hours each week, including presentations, guest speakers, and simulation experiences as well. And then together, these programs demonstrate our commitment not just to hiring new graduates, but truly developing and investing in them.
Looking ahead, how do you see the partnership between MCCN and the health system evolving to meet workforce needs and continue supporting the next generation of nurses?
Well, healthcare is always changing, so our partnership continues to evolve, exploring ways that enhance a structured transition from academics to working as a nurse. At the end of the day, this partnership isn't just about filling positions, it's about investing in people early, supporting them intentionally, and building a generation of nurses who feel confident, connected, and committed to serving our communities. And that's something we're incredibly proud of.
Raquel, everything you shared with us today seems to be, as you said, intentional and impactful too. There's been a lot of thoughts that have gone into structuring this program. Does that seem right?
Yes, definitely.
Anything else you'd like to add to our conversation today?
I would just say what makes this partnership special is that our students aren't just joining an organization after graduation. They've already been part of it, growing with us along the way.
Raquel, thank you so much for your time today. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you.
That was Raquel Foster sharing insights on how talent acquisition is essential in developing future nursing professionals. For more information, check out mccn.edu. If you enjoyed this podcast, please share it on your social platforms and explore the entire podcast library for topics that interest you. And this is Careers in Care, a Mount Carmel College of Nursing podcast. Thank you for listening.